This matter that's before us, members and members of the public, has to do with the photo red light camera program that in the city of Los Angeles exists in 32 intersections. And the first thing that I'd like to point out is, first of all, could we have the, is it Chief or Commander? Chief, could you please come forward, as I have some questions for the department. Thank you. It has come to my attention prior to this photo red light camera matter that the #1 fatal collision when it comes to people being involved in a car accident is a 90-degree car accident. That's a very technical way of saying when people run a red light or when people have a collision in an intersection. I'd like to ask the Chief, is a intersection collision, where does it rank when it comes to fatalities and or the most dangerous accident to passengers, et cetera, in vehicles? Is it at the top of the list? Is it just an average? Where does that lie?
Give MacWillie a... Yeah, it is at the top of the list, but in terms of the last 12 months, I think we can give you some more current statistics if you like. So I'm going to have Sergeant MacWillie address that.
Sergeant MacWillie, I'm the photo red light coordinator.
Well, my question isn't specifically to red light cameras or photo red light operation. My question is to intersection collisions. Where do they rank when it comes to most dangerous versus not so dangerous when it comes to collisions and fatalities, et cetera?
Well, in the city of Los Angeles, red light is the leading cause of traffic collisions here in the city. There's approximately 5 of them. Red light being #1, speed being #2, left turn violations #3, pedestrian violations #4, and DUI related traffic collisions #5. So red light related traffic collisions is at the top of the list.
So red light traffic collisions, or when people violate a red light and get into a collision, that's even higher ranking as far as the number of fatalities as a DUI collisions?
Yes, sir.
Wow. You learn something new every day. Which comes to my main point, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I believe that we should continue to have a month-to-month contract on the photo red light program on these 32 intersections in the city of Los Angeles is because it's about public safety first. That's my concern. And it's really important for us to understand that fatal collisions tend to take innocent lives. And if you look at the statistics, more often than not, we have children who lose their lives. Not the driver of a vehicle, but children lose their lives. So we're talking about in some collisions, on a red light collision, an entire family can be lost because somebody ran a red light. And it's my understanding, and if the department can point out, please, have we seen an improvement on these 32 intersections since we've had the photo red light program in these 32 intersections?
Since we've had the program, there's been 183,000 cites issued, and there's been a 62% decrease in red light traffic collisions with no significant increase in rear-end collisions. There's been a 22% decrease in red light collisions at non-photo red light intersections and a 10% decrease of citywide collisions over that same period.
Okay, so we have seen an improvement on these intersections.
Yes.
Okay. It's one of the arguments that some people are saying we should scrap this program in the city of Los Angeles is because it's actually costing the city money. And the fact of the matter is, what efforts to improve public safety emanating out of the police department do not cost the city money?
Public safety is an expensive proposition.
What is our most expensive department when it comes to the general fund of the city of Los Angeles? I think we all know that answer. Bar none, it is the police department. And the police department's #1 responsibility is public safety. So I'm a little bit baffled when I'm hearing that we should scrap a program that actually has improved saving lives and preserving life in the city of Los Angeles in these 32 intersections, that we should scrap it because the program, as of yesterday, was not cost neutral. when it comes to the last 12 months that has been verified about the cost, income, and cost expenditures in the last 12 months that have been verified, what is the disparity in cost between how much money revenue comes to the city and how much general fund money is actually being expended over and above that?
Well, I think on average we're losing about $1.5 million.
That was on average from inception. Has that closed the gap a bit
Today,
recently?
it's the average today in terms of that. I think the concern was the recognition that it was a voluntary pay program, and that today approximately 62% of the citations are paid. However, there's no teeth in that citation issuance.
Which brings me to another point. Though that lack of teeth, isn't it the case that the state legislature can actually put teeth back into the enforcement of this, which would go beyond 60-some% if, in fact, the legislature would require the courts and the DMV to cooperate with us, local governments around the state?
I suppose that's possible, yes.
But it takes legislative remedy, from my understanding. And if you're not qualified to answer that question, please let me know.
No, it does. However, what we understand is that the legislation is going the other way to further dilute and diminish the enforcement capability.
Okay. But having been a former legislator myself, in the legislature in California, any piece of legislation can be enacted on any given day with a simple majority vote, and we could see a piece of legislation enacted today, literally, actually to the governor's desk by tomorrow. So that ability does exist, but my main point to you, sir, is it does require legislative remedy for us to close those loopholes and actually solidify our ability to enforce this at a higher percentage, correct?
True.
Okay. Thank you. My time having expired, I'll push my button again, Mr. President.